happy Saturday, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. Now, I have big updates on these two storms. The first one for today, you do have chances for tornadoes, hurricane force winds, and large hail. And it is growing for tomorrow for tornadoes as well. I'm sure there will be more damage and winds. As a matter of fact, it's going all the way to the coast with a bigger section. For today, you have the big section for today. And this is where you got your hurricane force winds. I will go into better detail for you. For tomorrow, it's growing and moving to the east. And as we go into Monday, it's going to grow for the coast. And they already put out a day 5 on that second storm I've been telling y'all about for severe weather risk. So if you like early warnings, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. You will hear about these storms first here, and I do daily updates for you. Now, we will go back to this map so we can zoom in a little bit and see where and when people are potentially getting affected according to the HRRR model run. First, let me show you some information that I have for you. Now, you still have this heat bubble for today. It is still going to last for a few more days, but it's going to start going further to the south and stretching towards Florida. Then when we go into this negative NAO pattern, it's going to bring the jet stream further south, and there is going to be more rainfall coming to the south. But you do have the flood watches in the green, and now you got a flash flood warning over here for Illinois. But you can see for today, your heat indices do raise all the way up, and there's a lot of people in 110 for today, so just be warned for that. As the cool air comes on down with these storms, unfortunately, you have to get the storms to get to cooler temperatures, but the storms will move back in later tonight, overnight hours, and then you got the heat building right back up for tomorrow and going towards Florida and a little bit towards the Carolinas as well. Plus, if you looked at my community tab, you'll see the update I put on the tornado threat yesterday right for Missouri. And this is where we did have 4 potential tornado reports, and they did do some damage. Over on 5 Southeast Knoxville, there was a chimney toppled and roof damage to a house. And 3 West Russellville, there was damage to a home and outbuildings along Highway E. Plus, we had a lot of wind damage reports in the Northeast and some flood reports as well. The wind damage did show up towards the panhandle of Florida. I'm still showing you have that again. We still have the flood reports across Missouri, across a little bit for Tennessee, Kentucky, and we had the wind gusts going across the central U.S. Now, this is where you got the hurricane force winds for today, and I see it stretching towards the southeast as well. So here's your latest updates for today. You do see the enhanced section, and that is for winds, guys. You have the 5% plus the big 15%, but now you got the 30% and the black section. That's significant severe. That's at least 75 miles per hour wind gusts, the hurricane force winds. So here's the cities and states at risk for the damage and winds for today, and the 30% and the hurricane force winds are the white and red ones on top. You also have chances for hail today, even large hail. So you have the 5%, the 15%, you have the big red section for 30, but now you have the significant severe in this black, at least 2 inches in diameter, guys. So here's the cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today, and the large hail is the white line on top. Plus, you have more tornado threats for today in multiple areas. You have 2% all across, and you have a couple areas that has 5%. This is also growing for tomorrow. So far, here's your cities and states for the tornado threat for today. And this is going overnight, guys. You can see it right here with National Weather Service. The most concentrated area of severe thunderstorms with potential for destructive wind and hail is expected across parts of the south central Great Plains from mid-afternoon through tonight. Potential for a few tornadoes will exist separately over the mid-Missouri and Wabash valleys during the late afternoons to early morning. But you can see as these storms come in for today, and I will zoom in a little better on the map like I showed you in the beginning, so I will go through this kind of quick, and we'll go through that a little later. But the storms do pop up as you go through today, and this is bringing some damage and winds as that goes all evening long. Then once you go overnight hours, you have it popping up again for the south central, also for the north central as all this moves to the east. And then it goes again for tomorrow. But once you go into tomorrow night, then you start getting a separate few lines that are popping up. And this is what's going to raise your tornado threat for tomorrow as well. Showing once you get around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to start bringing them hurricane force winds also across Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, all the way to the early morning hours. Nebraska, Kansas, even South Dakota getting in on it as it goes all night. And then once you get to the early morning hours, it's going to whoosh some storms all the way to the south, all the way until noontime. A big area that's bringing a lot of high winds, especially hurricane force winds. That's the ones you need to watch for. Then tomorrow's going to spark right back up and bring a lot of high winds, not only for Colorado, Wyoming, also across the Dakotas, going across the Great Plains, Ohio Valley, but it also bringing it for the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, and the Southeast. So far it's showing 40 miles per hour and maybe up to 50 across the southeast. This will update. This is HRRR. You can only see so far, and the first 18 hours is really the best. But I am showing once you get around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when a hurricane force winds come, and it looks like it is stretching into Arkansas, into western Tennessee, western Kentucky, all evening long. Then it's going to grow again as it goes through Kansas later tonight, and that's going to go overnight into Missouri, going to Oklahoma, northern Texas, and northern Louisiana. Then for tomorrow, it's going to come right back up, and it's going to affect over here by the mountains, but it's going to start affecting towards the southeast as well. So far, it's showing 40 and maybe up to 50 miles per hour wind gusts. I'm sure that will update for tomorrow, but it is showing that that severe weather threat is going all the way to the coast. And it is bringing your hail threat. Once you go really into 5 o'clock, then it starts getting widespread for the Ohio Valley, for the South Central, and it just goes all the way to the early morning hours. A few states with damage and winds and this hail threat that is coming down. This isn't showing a lot of chances for large hail, but southern Indiana, also for southeastern Colorado, going towards the panhandle of Texas, shows some chances for hail to come through. But you can see it also for Oklahoma and Kansas. A lot of hail threats coming with this storm, guys. And you can see this when you look at the lightning strikes with the Euro, the update, the 6Z for this morning. As you go into this afternoon, it really sparks up as it goes towards Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And that spreads all evening along with chances for hail as it ends up in Indiana. But you can also see it bruise up also for Kansas a little bit. But then overnight, it grows again for Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas. A lot of lightning strikes coming with that all morning long, bringing you chances for your hail. Then for tomorrow afternoon, it grows again in the south, bringing a lot of chances for hail with those storms as well. Also for Illinois, there's going to be a lot of hail coming, and that is a big area of hail right there that's going to be popping up for tomorrow, mostly around the afternoon. But that is a big threat that's going to be growing for tomorrow in the south. With all that heat just feeding it, it's really going to be some rough storms. So for tomorrow, for Sunday, there is a tornado threat. So far as 2 areas of 2%. This will upgrade, guys. It always does. Here's your cities and states at risk so far for Sunday. Plus, you have a big wind field that's going to be passing through for tomorrow, a 5% and a 15%. Here's the cities and states at risk so far. And the hail threat is a little more mild. So it's going to be more of a wind threat and a tornado threat for tomorrow as this low pressure moves across to the northeast. And now you can see how big it has grown from Monday as well. A big slight risk plus the big marginal as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for the severe weather for Monday. And remember, we do have storm number 2 coming right after this one. And you can see this here when you look at your tropopause, you have your storm brewing up for today, bringing all your severe weather, and that is moving through for Sunday, also for Monday as it goes towards the coast. But then we have that second storm that's going to be brewing up for Wednesday and Thursday. I do believe it will be upgraded for Thursday as well still, as this storm comes in and brings a little bit further to the south. Then as you go through Thursday, it brings that towards the coast as well. So we still have 2 storms. This is going to be back to back. But this is going to be overnight storms as well. So you can see as you go through today, you actually get 2 upper level lows that forms up. One right over the Ohio Valley, while you get one in upper Midwest. And that is going to bring your overnight storms and your chances for your tornadoes, guys. As this grows for tomorrow as well, bring a lot of storms towards Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, also for the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. That does stretch all the way into Monday as well, going right towards the northeast, bringing a lot of storms for y'all as well. But I'm still showing that overnight Saturday into Sunday is going to be one of your strongest times during this storm. And you can see also that when you look a little bit further after the first storm, that second storm is coming in, and it is going to be further southern with all its severe weather, and that is going to be towards the south central. It is going to move towards the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley as we move through Thursday, and maybe even go all the way towards the mid-Atlantic as it goes on that higher ridge, because we got a negative NAO all the way to the northeast. So we'll keep you updated. I'm still showing there's a lot of high winds up aloft at your lower level winds. So you can see as you go overnight, all the way to the early morning hours, you have the winds coming from them 2 low. One's an upper level low, one's a stronger low pressure. And you can see you actually have 2 of them. That's why you have multiple tornado areas. And as you go for tomorrow, it strengthens up. And as you go into Monday afternoon, it goes out towards the northeast. And it stays pretty strong as well all evening long even overnight into Tuesday as well. So there's going to be strong storms, not just this one, also the second one. And you see our second one is going to be further to the south with its winds, bringing severe weather further to the south along the coast as well. Then it goes up on that high ridge and it actually strengthens as it goes towards the northeast. And then we get another one that moves through Canada that's going to be dipping in through the upper Midwest, and that's going to bring some winds as well, maybe for Saturday. I will keep you updated. Now, so far, National Weather Service did put this outlook for day 5 for that second storm now. So far, here's your cities and states at risk. And you can also see here from National Weather Service that that one is going to be a stronger signal. It's going to be stronger storms, bringing a bigger chance. And you can see it does spread into Thursday as well, as there is severe possibilities that extend in this range, guys. I will keep you updated. But the full path of this storm is bringing a lot more rainfall. So all the way until tomorrow morning, you have 2 hot pockets for the upper Midwest. Also right here for Illinois and Indiana. And as that carries all the way towards Tuesday morning, towards the northeast, it's going to be another hot pocket with more heavy rainfall coming with all this storms that's passing through. Then we still got that second storm. So all the way until Tuesday, you're going to have 2 inches for South Dakota, southern Minnesota, across Iowa, southern Wisconsin. It has lowered down a little further to the south. Northern Illinois, northern Indiana. It is stretching into southern Michigan, a little bit for northern Ohio. But as you go towards the northeast for Pennsylvania, New York, western New Jersey, western Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, it gets a little bit heavier for y'all. West Virginia as well. You get some for western Tennessee, and you get some for southern Alabama and the panhandle of Florida. So for today, it has grown. You have a slight risk over the northeast for flash flooding. You also have some for the central plains. But now you have the moderate level that's going for the Dakotas, just all that heavy rainfall that I did show you. So it is going to be worse and worse. And for tomorrow, where it shows a slight risk, I expect this to ramp up a little bit as well, maybe even get a moderate, especially for the upper Midwest. So for tomorrow, you have multiple areas of slight risk, also down here for the deep south. Then when you go through Monday, it continues. You have another big slight risk area coming through the upper Midwest. As you go through Tuesday, that's still going to carry towards the northeast. And as you go through Wednesday, it's going to set up even further also for the New England states. Next 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. You can see how it's below average over here for the southwest, but it's going to start picking up above average rainfall as this comes down. Then as you go from the 8 to 14 days, then you can start seeing how that pattern shifts further to the south, bringing some of that rainfall towards Texas, and it is going to cover the whole East Coast as we go up on this big high ridge. So it is going to change our pattern soon. As soon as we get this jet stream changing for this negative NAO, it's also going to change our tropics. Now, we'll update you on the tropics tomorrow. I just want to make this about the severe weather because there is that tornado risk and that damaging winds for today. But you can see in the next 10 days how it brings more precipitation into Texas, then it gets heavier all the way along the East Coast, from the central all the way to the east. And a lot of this is anywhere to 5 to 7 inches. I'm sure it will get updated and we will get better information as we get closer. But right now, I'm just taking it as the whole East Coast is going to be start seeing some rain coming your way, as well as some rainfall is starting to come towards Texas. You got to wait for this pattern shift. It is coming. So as we look a little bit closer, you can see we got these storms brewing through all morning long while this just spins around, putting a lot of heavy precipitation on South Dakota. Time is on the top left. Remember that time is in Central Time, guys. Then as the storm pops up for this afternoon, HRRR is showing that it is going to be some nice little cells that's going to pass up, especially for Oklahoma, for Arkansas, as we go through the evening with some nasty hail cores in there as well, all the way to the panhandle of Texas. Now remember, we do have the winds pushing behind this, and it starts growing. It starts growing not only for Indiana, but look for western Tennessee, western Kentucky. You get a nasty little bowing out in this, bringing a lot of this damaging winds for y'all all evening long. And then early in the morning, it's going to start again for Kansas and Oklahoma, while this is moving through Tennessee, Kentucky, northern Alabama, going towards northern Georgia. But that goes overnight into the early morning hours again as it fades away into Arkansas. At the same time, the Dakotas is just getting this nasty little storm that's brewing up all day long. It's just going to rotate around, putting a lot of precipitation on you. Even get some storms brewing up for Iowa as you go through midnight, even a little hail core in there. But it is going to brew right back up for tomorrow as well, as the circulation just keeps moving to the east. And that is what's going to start bringing your severe weather. And you can see as you go for tomorrow evening that you do get the 2 bandings coming up as you get them upper level low and this low pressure moves in. But look at this nasty hail cores that's going to start moving through Illinois as you go through 5 and 6 o'clock for tomorrow. A lot of chances coming for tornadoes with those big whips of these rain bands just swinging all the way down. This is going to be some strong storms, guys. This is going to bring you chances for tornadoes. So just be aware of that. It is going all the way until tomorrow. I will keep you updated on that. Now, this is moving to the southeast for tomorrow as well. It goes overnight, but then when you get that daytime heating, right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it really picks up, and you start getting a nasty banding going from southern Alabama all the way towards the Carolinas, bringing you some severe storms that grows up. It goes towards North Carolina as well, but you get some low hail cores for southern Georgia as well. It's pretty nasty while you get some storms moving across Florida, mostly around Palm Bay. It starts sparking up. But it's just storms all over our country, and this is just the beginning of one storm. And we have 2 storms coming. It's really going to be a nasty week. I really believe that. You do get some storms that brew up also for Pennsylvania as you go through tomorrow night, and that goes towards eastern Virginia into New Jersey as well, going towards Maryland and Delaware. So just be aware these storms are brewing up, and you can see this whip just growing all the way from northern Georgia all the way towards southern Ohio. This is a big nasty whip that's going to be going overnight for tomorrow into Monday morning. So this is going to start headed towards the northeast as all this just revolves around. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you and your families, guys. I hope this has helped y'all prepare in any way for these storms for today and what's coming. Remember, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I've been talking about both of these storms for a long time, and the second one is showing even stronger according to National Weather Service. But please think of others. Please share this video to other people. Let them know the information. Let them know the potential impacts of what is coming out of this storm. Safety is the best thing that we can always preach when it comes to weather forecasting. Thank you so much. Now today I want to talk to you with Proverbs 19:21 through 23. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. The desire of a man in his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Prepare the best way you can for these storms. They're pretty strong and powerful storms. I wish the best for every single one of you. Definitely needed a video today because these storms not only coming for today, they're going to be overnight into the morning hours, and a video tomorrow will be too late for what's happening later tonight. So I wish the best for every single one of you. God bless you and your families. And remember, all glory always goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I pray He gives you safety, you, your families, even your neighbors, from anything that comes in the future. In Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. God bless you all. Please be safe.